Story 1. The required amount of water is minimal. The recommended amount of water is highly debated and is further complicated by the water content of food. Story 2. Go to the bathroom right before I sleep and then right when I wake up. If I'm sick and dehydrated and I drink water in the middle of the night, though usually I'm walking across the hall in my boxers at 3 a.m. Story 3. I drink a lot of water. If I do not drink before bed, I will wake up in the middle of the night with a dehydrated mouth and nose. If I drink before bed, I will wake up in the middle of the night to urinate. I have not had a good night's sleep in a long time. The last time was because I passed out drunk months ago. I feel like this is an unknown ailment that I must have, like my cells are having trouble with water or something. I googled it and nothing of value came up. Story 4. You might be drinking too much all at once or too close to bedtime. Your body can only take so much in a day. It is also important to note that hydration estimates also include water you get from food and other beverages. True water needs also vary from person to person. But yes, I do not wake up at night to urinate and I drink a lot of water. I do not know what to tell you, my friend. Story 5. Public service announcement. The required amount of water doesn't mean you have to drink 2 liters of water on top of all your other food and drink intake. And it's probably too much anyway. Story 6. The idea that you need to be drinking a specific amount of water regardless of your life circumstances is a myth. You don't need to force yourself to drink more water just to hit a number. If you're waking up every night to urinate, you are either old, drinking too much water, or coming down with a disease you should discuss with your doctor. Story 7. I drink the majority midday but try to keep an even spread throughout. I stop drinking water at 9 p.m. I have a good pee before lying down and usually do fine. In the morning, needing to pee is my alarm between 7:30 and 8. Story 8. Required amount? Also, people have different sized bladders and it's pretty normal to go to the toilet once or maybe twice in a night. If you have to go many times in a night, it could be a sign of a medical issue. Story 9. I drink around a gallon a day. I just go to the bathroom before bed. I did a random drug test at work and was told to drink less water next time. I just like water. Story 10. See a doctor. Failing to concentrate urine overnight is potentially a renal or cardiovascular symptom. Or brain injury, I suppose, but let's not go there. Story 11. I keep waking up to pee and sometimes I can't go back to sleep, so I push through the next day. I'm not even doing the whole 2 liters. I only do 500 milliliters. As a start. Water is supposed to make me less tired. I'm more tired than ever. Story 12. The required amount of water is absurdly high. Most people do not need to drink that much. Your urine should be a very pale yellow. If it looks like water all or most of the time, then you are drinking too much. If it is quite yellow, you need to drink more. Story 13. I drink about 2.8 liters mostly after work. There's an initial bathroom break about an hour after bedtime, then another every 2 or 3 hours. It's very easy for me to fall back asleep, so the night is still very restful despite the interruptions. The last time I got more than 5 hours uninterrupted was when I got sick. Story 14. Do not chug water. Sip it. At least that is what I learned fairly recently. Chugging water causes a lot to go straight through your system since it cannot be used or absorbed. Sipping gives your body the time needed to absorb it and use it. Story 15. My bladder is basically the only fully functioning organ I've retained through 42 years and a twin pregnancy. I can hold pee for 12 or more hours. I am a nurse and nurse practitioner. I blame it on that. It's not a flex. That's a bad urinary health practice. It's also life some days. Story 16. If you drink throughout the day as opposed to consuming most of it at once, and you are consistently drinking enough every day, you will not be urinating frequently during the night. Also, drink water, not flavored water or tea, as those might cause you to urinate more often. Think of yourself as dry earth if you are constantly dehydrated. If you pour a lot of water on it, it will not absorb but just splash around. However, if the soil is watered regularly, then adding some water to it will be quickly absorbed instead. Story 17. If you do it consistently for at least a month, your body gets fully used to the amount of water and starts actually using most, if not all, of it. So you do not really need to use the bathroom as much. I actually use the bathroom less than I did before I started drinking enough water. Story 18. I drink about a gallon of water per day. Once your body gets used to it, it's not that bad. Although I do usually go once during the night, it doesn't seem to affect my sleep quality. There is an adaptation period where your body is very mad at you. Story 19. Anytime I drink 50 to 64 ounces of water, I'm in the bathroom every 15 minutes. Google both suggested the hospital because I was, in fact, dying and that I was just drinking too much water. I don't know. Story 20. I drink the required amount and I have pills that I take right before bed. I wake up once in the night and that's it. I go right back to sleep, and sometimes I sleep through the night. Story 21. Are you drinking anything else other than water? Are you eating a lot of food that has a high water content like soup? 500 milliliters is not a lot of water. If what you are saying is true, you should go see a doctor. Story 22. As someone who struggles to drink enough water and always has to get up to pee at night, I actually find that I wake up less often at night when I drink more water. Not sure why, but it's something I've noticed over the years as I try again and again to drink more water. Story 23. I drink water when I'm thirsty. In the winter, I might drink no water at all day, just get my hydration from a couple of cups of water. Always been like that. Have zero health problems. Story 24. So I drink 2 liters. Your body adjusts, but drink most in the morning and then have a few hours in the evening where you sip a little of anything at all. Story 25. Required isn't that much. But that means you're likely at a mild level of dehydration. You can drink plenty of fluids, but as long as you don't have more than 8 ounces of water or similar within a couple of hours of going to bed, you should be fine to sleep through the night. Even if prior to that you consumed a gallon or 2 of water throughout the day. Story 26. I need at least 5 to 6 liters a day, or I get a headache. As some of you pointed out, not drinking 2 hours before bed works for most people. My bladder is used to holding a lot of urine. Sure, taking a piss in the morning takes some time. Story 27. I wear a continuous positive airway pressure machine, so I go through this most nights. The machine dries me out. I get up to pee, drink water to fight dry mouth, go back to sleep, wake up to pee, drink more water, sleep, pee, drink, sleep. Story 28. I get up to pee 4 to 5 times a night, even if I don't drink 3 to 4 hours before I go to bed. Mind you, during the day when I'm drinking water, I maybe pee twice. Story 29. I don't drink anything for the last 4 hours of my day. My bladder is completely emptied at bedtime, as in I sit until every last drop is out. I sleep all night. I drink around 3 liters of water every day. Story 30. I'm not sure where I learned this, but it's something I used as a kid to wake myself up. For some reason, I remember it being called a Native American method, though I have absolutely no source for that. The idea is to drink a bunch of water before bed, so that you will naturally wake up from needing to use the bathroom. The tricky part is drinking the right amount of water, and I found 2 glasses usually worked for me. Although, even then, it was often unreliable and my mom would just wake me up. I used this method because I slept through alarms. Now, I have a Fitbit which vibrates to wake me up. Story 31. Back when I was in college, almost everyone had a hydro flask and would take a sip very often throughout class, going to the gym on campus and studying at the library. Being in that environment made me drink water much more frequently, and I lost weight from it. Then I graduated and the habit stopped until I moved to Nevada, and then suddenly I had the hydro flask glued to my hand again. Unfortunately, I moved again, and I keep dehydrating myself, especially because I take diphenhydramine or hydroxyzine to help me sleep. I have to cut off drinking around 6 p.m., and I fall asleep late, like 4 a.m. most nights. Story 32. I drink 1 liter within half an hour of waking up. Not all at once, but it takes around half an hour. Then 2 more liters throughout the day. 700 milliliters of that has electrolytes added, plus a black coffee and a green tea. I don't eat much, so I keep up my fluids. I stopped drinking several hours before bed and haven't needed to get up during the night for probably 6 months. Story 33. I usually drink my water intake for the day throughout the morning and school day. So from 5 a.m. to 2 p.m. I drink most of the water I need, then have the rest at home if I'm not fully satisfied. Then I pee before I sleep, between 10 and 11 p.m. Story 34. I drink at least 3.8 liters of water a day. That's the size of my bottle, and I often drink from other cups throughout the day as well, but I stop drinking around 7 p.m. I just have to pee once or twice more after that. Then I'm good to sleep through the night. If I get thirsty after 7 p.m., I only drink a little bit, maybe just a cup or less. Story 35. I get up and pee sometimes, then usually grab a glass of water for my nightstand since I'm already up. Not saying I will drink it, but I like the option. Story 36. Do you have anxiety or stress? High cortisol can lead to waking up in a panic around 2 to 3 a.m., needing to pee, and experiencing restlessness. Magnesium glycinate has been helping me stay asleep for longer stretches without needing to pee. Story 37. If I recall correctly, the recommended amount is only 2 liters, so it's not like that's an insane amount. As long as you stop drinking a few hours before you go to sleep, it should be fine. Story 38. I don't have an issue falling back asleep. Checkmate. More seriously, don't drink a few hours before sleeping. It helps. Go pee before sleeping. You will also feel like you need to pee less the more you drink. Chronically dehydrated people go to the bathroom often because their kidneys are overworked due to not having enough to filter. Drinking more water reasonably will reduce the issue over time, not aggravate it. Story 39. That's the neat part, you don't have to worry. I'm older and get gout pretty badly if I eat too much beef or rich foods. I have found that if I drink a pitcher of water every night, I don't get gout anymore and can, within reason, eat whatever I want. Here's what I do. Just before bed, I drink about 12 ounces of water. I will wake up at some point and have to urinate badly, so I do, but then immediately drink another 12 ounces of water and return to bed. This continues throughout the night, maybe 4 to 6 cycles per night. No more gout. I eat what I want and salt my food as much as I want. I do take a multivitamin each day. I know I'm flushing a lot of minerals out of my body, so sodium, potassium, magnesium, and zinc, among others, are important. I also try to always include vegetables and fruit in my daily diet. Bananas and oranges are a favorite. Story 40. I'm 46 and don't have the bladder of my younger self. For the past 2 years, I sometimes wake up to go to the bathroom at night. Honestly, I don't mind because once I'm in bed, I only need seconds to fall asleep. Story 41. If you were to drink double the recommended amount, I'd imagine the first few days you would be peeing nonstop. But would your body eventually think, hey, maybe I need this much water? And you'd pee less? Story 42. The correct amount of water is the amount needed to keep you hydrated. That is, your pee the correct color. Nothing more. The directive to drink a certain amount of water a day was based on a study done on 3 people, so it is not scientifically proven. You will find that the reason you are peeing is to get rid of the excess fluid. Story 43. Unless you're drinking a lot right before you go to sleep, it's not going to wake you up to urinate. Caffeine is what does that. I drink coffee in the morning and that's it. Story 44. I don't. I always have to get up in the middle of the night to pee, and I drink some more water before getting back into bed. I am a thirsty person. Story 45. I don't anymore. I used to stop drinking a few hours before bed and be fine, but I'm pregnant now with an insatiable thirst, so peeing once or twice in the middle of the night is now routine. Story 46. I don't have any issues with this and don't do anything specific to prevent it, besides going to the bathroom before going to bed. If you do suffer from this, it could be a symptom of another disease, especially if you have to do it more than once, which is called nocturia. Consult your doctor about this, as it clearly disturbs your sleep, which in turn can have other more serious health implications in the long run. Story 47. I drink a glass of water every 2 hours from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. It makes me have to go to the bathroom more often, but I drink it anyway because my medications make me constipated if I don't drink enough. Then I don't drink water an hour before bed. Story 48. You don't actually need that much water. For the vast majority of people, it is enough to drink when you're thirsty. That should be your baseline unless a doctor tells you differently. Story 49. The required amount is a myth. Drink when you are thirsty. Eat when you are hungry. Stop forcing down water and food because of some recommendation. It does not help detox, does not change your metabolism, none of that. Story 50. Very easily unless it is cold. The only times I've had toilet-related issues regarding water intake were when I was camping, and it got unexpectedly really cold at night. Story 51. People who drink the required amount of water. How do you sleep through the night? I don't, but the idea that it is somehow necessary to sleep in an uninterrupted span through the night for sleep to be restful is pretty nonsensical. On average, I get up once in the night to pee. I do not turn on lights, and I get back to bed directly. I'm usually back to sleep in just minutes. This is every night, and it works out beautifully. Story 52. I go to sleep, and then at night, when I have to pee, I get up and pee and then go back to sleep. I have small night lights everywhere, so I don't have to turn on any lights to get to the bathroom and pee. Story 53. I drink water a lot even before I sleep. I go to the bathroom before I sleep and go to bed. It's normal. I drink about 300 milliliters before bedtime, but sometimes I drink more, so I wake up in the middle of the night or the next morning with my bladder full and hurting sometimes. Story 54. Not a recommended method, but I have an urostomy and use a 2-liter night bag during the night. No matter how much I drink in the evening, I sleep like a baby.